When an avoidant has their fears triggered, they will often go into a fault-finding phase, looking for any fault that they can find in you being their partner. Both dismissive and fearful avoidants can do this. Why do they do it? To avoid accountability, to justify their urges to push you away, and to exit the relationship without having to confront their inner shame, to avoid that shame. Shame is the core wound behind dismissive avoidant attachment, and fearful avoidants are full of shame as well. Shame is a toxic emotion. Shame is that I'm defective, I'm unlovable, I'm a bad person wound. Shame is different than guilt. People often confuse the two. Guilt is actually a healthy emotion. It means you have a conscience. It's your brain's way of saying, I did something wrong. But shame, on the other hand, is I am something wrong. And where that shame comes from is consistent childhood emotional neglect, personalizing that neglect. Now, their insecurities get triggered in the relationship, growing emotional closeness, growing realness of the relationship. In the case of a fearful avoidant, that fear of betrayal. But rather than taking ownership of those insecurities and recognizing, oh, this is me having these issues, not my partner, what they will do to shield themselves from that shame is find faults in their partner. Now, it could be any little tiny thing. It could be an inconsistency, especially in the case of a fearful avoidant. Oh, they said that basketball was their favorite sport, but now they're watching baseball all the time. Or it could be something very, very petty. They love horror movies and I really don't. I don't know if we can even watch movies together. Maybe we're not compatible. But finding any little fault, now, many times they will internalize these faults, not communicating them to their partner. But many times they will communicate them and cause little tiffs, little disagreements, which further create emotional distance. The fault finding creates emotional distance, whether it is communicated or not, because emotional distance helps the avoidant deactivate and detach from the relationship and eventually find their exit. And when they do decide to leave, well, they found fault in their partner. So now it's their partner's fault. They don't have to self-reflect. They don't have to take accountability because it's their partner's fault, which means they get to avoid dealing with that shame. And they don't have to self-reflect or take accountability or learn any lessons from the relationship failure because they pinned it on you, their partner. Don't personalize this. Nobody's perfect. If they didn't communicate this to you or give you an opportunity to work through it, it's because of their own shame, their own insecurities, and their own inability to communicate.